today with Mrs. Jessie Rollins. She is the Title I Parent Involvement Coordinator at the Parent Resource Center in Bowling Green Elementary for Caroline County Schools. Ms. Rollins, how long have you been an educator?
I have worked in the school system for over 30 years. I've been in this present position for 14 and a half years.
Okay. And what are your current job functions?
What I do is meet with parents and teachers and students themselves and talk about what they're working on in school, and I help them with web research and making interactive educational activities to help with the learning.
Okay, that's great. What age group do you interact with?
Interact with all ages. My bullseye, if you will, is mostly preschool, kindergarten, first grade, the primary level, and then we fan out. But we help all grades and all subjects.
Okay, that's really awesome. I understand that you recently purchased a book, Loopiethotamus, the Chihuahua Who Thinks He is a Hippopotamus. The author, Yana Salah Ball, book 1, His Life. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest rating, how would you rate the book as a whole?
Definitely a 5.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
Well, having a daughter that has 2 Chihuahuas, when I first saw it, it immediately got my attention because it was about a Chihuahua. And then it just, the cover of it was just so inviting that you wanted to pick it up and read it to see who this character was and what could I learn about him.
Okay, great. What age group do you believe the book is for?
Children, all the way up to, I dare say, adult. I have an adult daughter who's a 3rd grade teacher and another adult daughter who works in a daycare, and I've read it to them and left off the ending, if you will, to just say, well, you have to stay tuned for more. And they was, no, Mom, you got to finish reading it. But in working with children in literacy, I think the book would be very good for that preschool, kindergarten, 1st grade level, any child beginning to read. I love the long word of his name, so it really invites the sounding and that TH in the middle and blends, and I just have so much fun with looking at it and thinking of all kinds of ways to incorporate it into that beginning reading skills.
Okay. And I heard you say that you did read to some children. How were their reactions to the book?
They fell in love with Loopy. The age range that I read to were 2nd grade to high school, the children of my house, and they loved it.
Okay, great, that's awesome. Have you ever seen the author perform at any sort of school functions?
Yes, I did. I saw her, 4th grade, I believe, was the audience. This was at the elementary school, and the presentation captured the children's attention. I was looking at it, from the perspective of how the children were interacting, because let's face it, in working with children, if you don't have their attention, an auditorium full of 4th graders, if you don't have their attention, then you have a lot of the chattering and a lot of the talking and just I'm bored kind of issues. And I didn't see any of that. The presentation was very interactive. It pulled the kids in. It kept their attention. And you really just wanted to know, well, what happened in Loopy's life next? What came next?
And what school was this again?
This was at Bowling Green Elementary School.
Okay, great. Okay, and would you recommend the author to perform at any other schools?
Yes, and I have. We have a function called Family Fair that we put on each year, and I immediately knew that I had to have her do a presentation for our Children's Day. The program consists of parents attending workshops, and the children have their own schedule. And so I engaged the author to come and present to our children at Family Fair. And as the kids have left out, and we've seen parents and different ones, they including some special ed children, the feedback that we've gotten is how much they love the author. They love the story about the Chihuahua.
Okay, great. Well, Ms. Rollins, we do thank you very, very much for talking today and doing this interview today. Is there anything else that you'd like to say? Anything else that you'd like to say? Anything else on your heart today?
Well, the artwork, the story of the mom not being able to take care of him, and just hoping that another mom would take him home. And here you have this ginormous, if you will, hippopotamus and this little bitty Chihuahua. It just shows how, even though we're different in life, that you take people in. And coming from a large family and being auntie and having my relationship with all of my nieces and nephews as Aunt Jessie, there's room for even more children. And the hippopotamus just taking this little baby home, and the picture that I really, really love that just magnifies working with children for me was when she kissed him goodnight, and he was safe. And you know, in working with children, really all of my life, working with 4-H, working with my sewing club, I work with children from the standpoint of imparting something in their life while they're in my presence that will make a difference in their life down the road. And I'm at a phase in life where these younger kids are now adults, and having them come back and talk about camp and talk about photography and talk about sewing, it gives me a warm feeling inside, and that's what I saw in the story.
Okay, awesome. Did you feel that it did make a difference? There was, you know, it did make a difference in this Chihuahua's life to have this hippopotamus take him home and, you know, nurture him and all those types of things?
Well, you cannot tell Loopiethotamus that he's not a hippopotamus. He sees himself as big as, and when you look at, you know, the size, but he sees himself from within, that he's not a little Chihuahua. He's big. He's whatever he wants to be, and he is definitely himself.
And that's something I would say for children to be able to learn. You want to definitely teach them how to believe in themselves.
How to believe in
it's
themselves.
okay to be different as well. Awesome. Okay, well, we thank you so much, Ms. Rollins. Thank you very much.
Thank you.